Alright, let's try this fucking again. So yeah, that time it actually was my internet. Again, the previous time my internet never went down. This time it actually did. Um, but it does look like my bit rate's a bit fucked. But whatever, it is what it is. Fuck me. Again, I love it. Like when was the last stream I had that didn't have like some sort of crash within it? I feel like most streams I've been actually I guess Sunday stream didn't have one. But I don't know. It feels like ever since I jinxed myself, I've been having issues again. But whatever. We're back, hopefully. But yeah, again, that time was actually my internet, so we might be in for a rocky ride tonight, but we'll see. How Bananas do on Survivor? Like I think he would get the game. I think the issue is that he's Bananas, so he's kind of a dick. And then also beyond that, it's like considering how he acted on on the island, it's like I don't know if that Bananas would come back out, which like probably would not do well for him. Which also, by the way, I do find it funny how like, I watched the documentary today, and they just like completely like skip over all the icky stuff, which like obviously you expect them to do considering they're the ones making the documentary. But it's still really funny. Um, oh fuck, that like they talk about the island and like don't mention any of like Bananas like misogynistic behavior through it, despite that being like pretty much like the main storyline of the season. Also, I love like something else that I found funny about the documentary is that they kept on like pretending like as if like the challenge like was like the one that created like a whole bunch of ideas. When it's like they just copied these ideas from other shows. Like they talked about like the island thing of like, oh, it's we tested people by putting them on an island, like as if it's like they created the idea when obviously they stole it from Survivor. And then the same thing with Battle of the Bloodlines. They like, oh, we wanted to see how people's families would be tested against each other. It's like you did this right after Blood versus Water. Like you stole this from Survivor also. And even like Battle of the X's, you could say they stole from Big Brother. So it's like again, like I just found it funny how like they kept on talking about, oh, we're reinventing the wheel. And it's like, no, you're stealing things from other shows.
Well, now that we've got the giant's chisel, we need to learn the travel rune to Jotunheim, so we can carve it into that special gateway atop the peak.
Probably gone to 100 of these streams. Probably. How many streams have I done? I have a I have a list here. 200. This is my 203rd stream.
Isn't Tyr dead?
So, yeah, probably been to at least half of those. My bitrate is still fucked though. Hopefully that fixes itself at some point.
There we shall find the fabled Black Rune of Jotunheim.
You got every. I'm pretty sure I haven't been here for every stream, but probably like every stream from the like, or at least most streams in the last like year and a half. Oh, I see it's loading again. Okay, there we go. We're good. Whatever, it's fine. Again, hopefully it doesn't crash again, but we'll see. But you've probably been here for like every stream since I formally announced the channel. So I'm too bad, yes, most of them. It's like all but like 4 or 5.
Took some convincing, but ultimately Odin was persuaded to marry his deadliest enemy.
Wrong way. trying this and loading. Okay, there we go, I think. Are we here? Kind of. Is my internet? But also it feels like weird shit's happening with Twitch too, so I feel like it's like kind of on like both ends to where like maybe it's just like not meant to be for tonight. And like too far, I feel like we talked about like most of the things that like I would normally talk about anyway, so I don't know. I think if it crashes again, I think we might just call it a night. But we'll see how this goes.
The entrance to Tyr's vault is
Sorry, Spencer, must be cutting off my internet. Yeah, I mean that probably he was like yeah, fuck this Bryce guy. I'm now gonna ruin like everything that involves him. Actually, I don't need to go there, do I? Wait, where am I going? It is. Oh, is it this thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. How I think Derek and Claire are doing on the season? I mean, they were doing well at the beginning, but it seems like Claire just kind of sucks. And yeah, she's just not that good at like the Roblox she's been doing. So I think that's definitely like a danger spot for them. So like after the premiere, I was like, oh my god, I think Derek and Claire are gonna win this. Emily and Molly.
Another one of these.
So obviously they're getting like so much focus in the edit. But then also they seem to be like pretty competent racers.
Wait, I thought Tyr was a god, not a giant.
Aye, but he was loved by everyone, including the giants. Other than me, he was the only one they gifted with their special sight.
Again, stream is so fucked right now. And again, it's not my internet, because my internet is still going. It's just that, like, for... Alright, I mean, back again, hopefully, but I don't know. Yeah, I think we might just call it a night. Okay, I'm hearing myself now. But yeah, I think this is just not looking great, is it? It just really doesn't even seem like stream's holding for like more than like 3 minutes. So, I don't know. I think we might just call it a night here. Where am I in the game? I mean, let's see, actually. If I'm in a spot where, like, I can finish the game next stream anyway, then, like, it really, really doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm still a bit behind that, I feel like. What mission is this? Is this still the... Oh, this is behind the lock. Okay. So yeah, we're like about 5 hours away from the end. I don't know. I could do it next time, but I kind of want to at least get a little bit further if I can.
You already speak it. Learning to read won't be that hard.
I know how to read, boy. Just not this tongue.
Yeah, stream is going well. I'm going fine for first hour or so, and then
some
just
gods,
not.
some animals.
My bitrate is still like really, really low, so I'm assuming we're in for another crash soon. Like I just feel like if just for some reason
Smells like
my internet, like it must be just my upload, I guess.
rain.
Actually, I want to do it. Let's do an internet test real quick if I can.
You ruined everything.
Oh no, my download's pretty slow too. Yeah, my download's like 20.
But now,
So yeah, it's just I just think just in general my internet's not great.
Magnet's gone. It'll be a joke. But if I kill
Actually, no, upload's fine on my. Okay, this is actually really dumb. I'm having fucking 15 upload on my computer, so it's like it should be completely fine. Okay, actually, I just look a bit rate's back up. I don't know. Whatever.
Did you get it from your mum? She's stupid and ugly.
We might still just end early. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll continue on right now. Like, because stream never officially ended, right? I mean, like, after the first one, yeah. It's still been going for, like, 15 minutes, even though I've had, like, 3 crashes in that time. I don't know, I guess we'll continue going. If it crashes, like, yeah, if it crashes probably again to the point where, like, it restarts the stream, then I probably just won't care at that point. I think when I'm having, like, 3 separate, like, parts of the stream, I think that's where it gets kind of dumb. Like, I at least want to play another, like, probably, like, 30 minutes in Ideal World. Oh, this is a cutscene? No. But, yeah. Hopefully things go fine. But yeah, like, I feel like we talked about most of what, like, I would normally talk about anyway in terms of, like, new stuff. So, at this point, it's just the random, rambling part of stream anyway. Rewatch the Winners at War Loved One Visit episode. It's your least favorite episodes since episode Game Changers. Yeah, I mean, like, even worse than, the Dan Spilo episode. But, yeah, it definitely, like, the episode as a whole is not great. And, like, really, again, like, I said this before, it's like, the family visit is, like, technically a bad, like, family visit. It's, like, it's everything that I hate about family visits. But it's, like, what makes it, like, highly ranked for me is the fact that it's, like, a celebration of the series, more so than what it is as an actual, like, just random scene of television. Where, like, I think if you watch the scene without the context of the rest of the series, then yeah, it's really shit. But, like, knowing all these people and seeing them, like, have their families there, these people that we've known, over the course of the 20 years of Survivor and everything, I think that's what makes it better. But it's like, technically, yeah, it's a shit family visit. It's like, I don't, like, again, like, I was just like, if they did that every season where they brought out, like, all their family members and everything, it's like, I don't fucking care. It's like, do I care about seeing, what just happened there? Oh, it's forcing me to go this way. Okay. Like, yeah, do I care about seeing, like, fucking Seabass's mom and dad and sisters? Like, I don't fucking care. But again, like, because it's like, again, like, seeing Jeremy and his family run out, and like Tyson and Rachel and their daughter and like all that stuff. It's like, I feel like like the fact that we like know these people so well and know their like families from even like throughout Survivor history up to that point, I think that's what makes it better. But yeah, like, if they did it again, then it's like, fuck that. Don't get paranoid over a streamer. What happened to Lindsay? Yeah, I might get voted out.
Conflict of the mind expresses itself as an ailment of the body, never in a god.
But again, like, I think we might just end stream early anyway, though. But I still want to try to get another 30 minutes in at least. I think this, like, I want to finish the sickness quest, right? Which is what we're at right now. Yeah. And then we would have 3.5. Yeah, that would be about 4 hours away from the end. So yeah. I'm gonna try to finish this quest still. If the stream crashes along the way, then I guess we'll just call it there. But hopefully it doesn't. Oh, there's no Final Four veto for BB24. So Taylor would win HOA. So actually, this would be a situation where it would change things, right? Taylor. I mean, like, it wouldn't change the win. Like, Taylor would win no matter what anyway. But that would, like, further secure her win. Because at that point, like, Taylor of HOH, she would put up Monty. And actually, not necessarily, because, like, Brittany could vote out Monty, which would be her best interest. But either way, I think she would leave Brittany off the block. And I think she would try to make Brittany vote out Turner,
Somebody just called.
but again, don't know if that would stick. But if Brittany did vote out Turner, then like Taylor's won the game guaranteed at that point. If not, then that actually opens up a bit. Not really though, right? Because at that point, like more than likely, whoever's against Turner in final choice is more than likely gonna win. I still think Brittany was gonna take Taylor, and obviously, if Taylor wins, then she would go on to beat both of them anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to play through the core again. Like that channel is just all my gameplay. Like whenever I don't play something on stream, it goes there. Now there are like things that like I've only kept completed playthroughs on there, to where like if I don't finish a game, then like I end up like privating the those videos, just because I mean, it doesn't even matter anymore, does it? But at the time, it was like, oh, I don't want this to be a complete mess of a channel. But it's like, it doesn't matter anymore. But anyway, I still do that. But yeah, the intention is obviously to finish the quarry. To be honest, if we end stream early here, I probably will end up playing the quarry.
Inside. This is no ordinary illness. The boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him.
But again, still want to try to go to at least like 2, I think.
You help me.
At that point, I'll make this part be over an hour too, so I think that'll be good.
There is a rare ingredient found only in Helheim.
There's been a lot of videos on that channel, but didn't expect 7,500. Is that how many there are? I actually don't even know how many videos there are on that channel, but yeah. But again, it's literally all of my gameplay from the last 5 years.
It is a land of unyielding cold. Fires cannot burn there, and no magic in all the 9 realms can create a blaze.
It's like in terms of like the videos that aren't like Let's Play things, like there's probably like what, like at most 10? Well, like everything else is literally just gameplay of like literally every game I've played that isn't on stream over the course of the last 5 years. So how much time is that? Actually, that's I just realized that, because if that's 7,500, each part is at least 30 minutes. Or at least, I mean, I guess there's some that are like a little bit less, but like I would say the average is definitely more than 30 minutes. So that means that is at least 3,750 hours then of gameplay. So like that's a fucking lot, isn't it?
There is no road back. Understand?
And I guess when you think about over like that being over 5 years, it's not like that much, because that means it's only like 800 a year or so.
Return home,
But
dig
still.
up your past, do whatever you need to do, just bring me back. The bridge
Yeah, there's some longer ones. There's also some shorter ones. But yeah, I do think the average is probably like somewhere around like 35 minutes, I would guess. Let's see, what is my count? I do have a count here of total hours. Oh wow, okay, I didn't expect it to be that much. What the fuck? Okay, so I have a count of how much time. This hasn't been updated since the beginning of the month. But my count of like total amount of hours I've played since I've had a PS4
Not to me, not
on the PS4 and PS5 is 6,583 hours.
That's a mother's promise.
This year though has only been 595, which is not that much. My average year is around 1,100. It looks like. Last 2 years have been around there. Last 3 years. So yeah. Yeah, this year we're on the lower end of things. Mainly because like most of my gameplay has been on stream.
Use the garden door. My boat is down the path.
But yeah.
Time is not our friend.
Again, so yeah, that's since what? Since November 2017.
Helheim of all places. You all right?
Because I start like the first ever playthrough I did on that was my third playthrough of Assassin's Creed Origins that I did in a row immediately after Assassin's Creed Origins came out. Where I did my obviously my first playthrough, did like everything you can do. Second playthrough, I rushed through it as quickly as possible, and then third playthrough I did it on that channel. And, like that was all like in a row after the game came out, and I think it came out what, like the 20-something of October. So yeah, it was like a couple weeks after that. 27th, so yeah. Okay, so it looks like, I mean, like, dare I say, but it looks like my internet's back to normal. But, whatever. Who cares? Oh my god, I just realized this. I've streamed so much in the last 30 days. Like, I was just checking on my,
Athena.
like, on this, stream's analytics or whatever, and it's like, I've streamed 60 hours in the last 30 days. That's a fucking lot.
Get out of my head.
Streamed 15 out of the last 30 days. Yeah, my average viewership is lower than what it was a month ago. But that's fine. I do find it funny how, I mean, I guess it's probably because Big Brother. But yeah, I do think most stats are down right now from what they were last month. I assume it's probably because like Big Brother ended. I feel like the peak of the channel was like May. And like that was like end of 42. Actually, I guess BB Can was also happening too, though. So I guess maybe that's a factor. Wait. Yeah, it was good during the 9-hour stream. But it came in like 2 days in a row. It can't even hold a fucking like 3 to 4 hour stream. But I still think yesterday was more of a Twitch thing. I don't think that was my internet. And I still think like the first one today was not my internet. Unless it's like a weird, like it could be my internet, but it wasn't like, at least it wasn't like my entire internet. Like it could be an upload thing. Like where like my upload just died for like no reason. But like I still had internet. Like I still had like download. Because like I could see the crash happening on my screen. I could still see chat going and everything. So it's like it's not like my actual internet died, but like I guess like my upload could have died. But again, it's also like very curious that they both happened at the same time today, and like at least the first crashes today and yesterday. They both happened at around 12:20. I love how like I'm here to pick up the Blades of Chaos, yet I already have Blades of Chaos. God damn it. Go around, please. Thank you. And actually, like, to be honest, like, I feel like most days, I feel like I have more issues, like, midday, internet-wise, than like, towards the end of, like, towards, like, nighttime. Then, I guess that's, like, even then, though, it's not super often, but I feel like when I do lose internet, I notice it, like, around, like, 5, 6 o'clock, more so than I do at, like, 1 to 2 o'clock, but, yeah, I guess that's the turnaround situation. Where it feels like every single time I lose internet, like, at night, it's when I'm streaming. Like, it doesn't happen the days I don't stream, but the days I do stream, it ends up happening sometimes. Well, it's like the days I don't stream, if I do lose internet, it's usually like midday. This is still probably the best scene in the entire game. It's kind of insane that Ragnarok's less than a month away. It's kind of insane that Plague Tale's only, I guess it's still like 6 days away, but Still pretty close. But yeah, I think we'll probably.
There's no way.
I think we'll probably try to finish this mission and probably just end stream early.
Put as much
I think I might try to play some Quarry, just because I do want to get through that before Plague Tale, and considering there's only like 6 days till then, I would rather get it done relatively quickly. I feel like it's better to do it now before I start Big Brother 4 than like later. When I like after I start, like when I start Big Brother 4, I'd rather like kind of like blow through that as quickly as possible. To which I want to have the Quarry done by then, which I'm probably gonna start on like Saturday or so. So I'll probably try to finish the Quarry over the next couple days. What's better, Thor Ragnarok or God of War Ragnarok? I mean, we don't know. I don't like Thor Ragnarok that much, so I would assume the answer is going to be God of War Ragnarok. But we don't know yet. The fire either Julie from hosting Big Brother or Bo from Amazing Race Australia. What would I choose? Probably Bo, because at least like Julie like is funny at this point. It's like her hosting is just like such a meme to me. At least that's kind of funny. Like Bo is just like, you know, to be fair, he's kind of a meme too, but I feel like Julie feels more iconic to the series than Bo does. Like, realistically, I don't think the host matters for most shows. Like, I think the host can be, like, complete shit and still, like, the show's fine. Like, I think the only show that could matter is Survivor because of how involved the host is in, like, the tribal aspects of it. To where, like, that's a lot of the reason why I still do think Jeff is the best host. Is because of how he, like, is, like, just so great at navigating through tribal. To which I think, like, JLP and Nico have, like, learned over time, but I still think Jeff is the best at it. I want to do an internet test right now, see if it actually got better. Not really. I mean, like, again, stream's more stable, but, like, my internet is still actually not that good still. Actually, no, it is better. No, it is better now. Oh, wow. Okay, actually, yeah, it's like double. Which is still, like, not great in the grand scheme of things, but it is better than what it was.
I can assure you I'm unsurpassed in keeping confidences. Well, you know where to find me. And for the record, I'd already guessed you were Greek. Athena, dead giveaway.
I mean, you would think this would load quicker, considering this is on PS5. But whatever, I guess.
What? Hey! You reek of foreign magic! Sweet Nana's nethers. What are those? I've never seen the like. That's gotta be a family heirloom.
No. Nor will it ever be.
Son, my brother and me created Mjolnir for the big idiot.
Dawson Shireen as a social strategy player, I mean, not great. Like, I think she's like a decent strategist. It's just,
there's a little turd.
I think she's like a bit too.
Here's full ill.
Is emotional the right term? I don't know if emotional is
What happened?
necessarily the right term, but like,
No. The fault is mine,
because it's not really emotional.
and my responsibility to make it right.
But I think maybe too like,
We all got
it's actually kind of the opposite, isn't it? It's like it's a bit too like.
Huh? Say, what can I do to help? I can do things.
But it's like she doesn't like. She's not able to bond with everyone. It's like I think I'm thinking of it as emotional in the sense that like she's only good with working with like certain people.
The realm of
So it's like she really only like she can only get along with like a certain amount of people, and like if she's surrounded by those people, then she's good. But like most situations she's going to have people that she doesn't get along with, and that's kind of her undoing.
Now that Freya's given you the travel rune to Helheim, it should
Is
be
that she's not like the most like palatable person socially, I guess, in most situations. In Helheim, right?
Hell. And it's done. You really are doing this.
I do wonder where she'll rank in like the ranking of every player. I'm actually genuinely excited to eventually do that. I know it's not going to be for a while, but like I would actually legitimately like to see where I rank everyone. That was something I found so fun about the BB Can one, was like actually seeing like where, like who's actually like right in the middle and that sort of thing. Which I will be doing BBUS a bit sooner. It's like, I guess I'll get the answer to that. Not too far from now. I guess it will still be far from now, because like even though it's like it's technically part of the next batch of videos, but I'm gonna wait still until BB25, because obviously it's like I can't do it until after BB25 anyway.
I'll be watching your back.
Let me take this moment to tell you that what you are about to do.
Actually, I should probably buy a Resurrection Stone, right?
Odin can survive this. So,
If season 9 isn't fans' favorites, what can I see the theme being? What was... I had an answer, right? And I would not be surprised if it's just like Champions versus Contenders 2. Or 3. But even beyond that, probably... Oh, do I still have a stone? Okay, maybe I do still have a stone. But probably like Worlds Apart-esque, like blue collar versus blue collar versus white collar. Or... I don't know, what other themes have they not used yet?
no,
Because like fans with favorites they could do, but like I'm assuming by the fact that like looking at who they got for Heroes vs. Villains and like the number, like again the rumor that they could only get 11 people, I'm assuming they didn't have the best time casting that, so we're like I don't know if they would do like a half and half season right away again. So like I feel like maybe like white collar versus blue collar would make more sense, or just go back to the Champions vs. Contenders thing.
Many reasons we went back for those blades.
Considering those are two of the like highest rated seasons of the show, so we're like maybe they would like try to boost ratings again by doing it again. Yeah, I was looking at Australian Survivor ratings the other day, and it's kind of funny how the ratings go for Australian Survivor, where like Champions Contenders 2 is the highest rated season of the show, and by like a decent chunk. And then the second highest is actually like the first season. Like I believe it's Champions Contenders 2, then Season 1, then Champions Contenders 1, and Brains vs. Brawn, right? Yeah, Brains vs. Brawn, then All Stars, then Season 2, and then Blood vs. Water was the worst. And by like a good chunk, like it lost like 200,000 viewers. To where like I believe Brains vs. Brawn was like 760,000, while like Blood vs. Water was like 500 something. It's a decent drop off there. And considering it had the same time slot as All Stars, like it's a decent drop off from that too. Because like All Stars and Brains vs. Brawn, like All Stars was lower, but it was only by like 30,000. So the fact that it dropped like 200,000, like that's quite a bit. And yeah, I believe it's because competition, right? Because they're going against like Married at First Sight or whatever in that time slot, which like makes you question why the fuck are they doing it again? Because they're literally doing it again this year with Heroes vs. Villains, but whatever. I still stand, like, there's no fucking way Survivor US is ever doing an international season. I think to them, it's more work than what it's worth. like to them, it's like it doesn't boost ratings at all for them. So like, why are they going to put more work into doing it? Well, also like, I don't think they care. I don't think they even want to really do it anyway. I think Australian Survivor will for sure try to do something like that at some point. Or SA. And to be fair, I think Australian Survivor would be more likely, considering I don't think SA would have the budget to do it. But I think Australian Survivor for sure could do it. Wait, what? But there's literally 0% chance Survivor is ever going to do it. Wait, why am I not being able to hit them? There we go. It's not even Jeff's decision, it's CBS's decision. And CBS does do things for money. I don't think Jeff does do things for money. The problem is that he's under the control of CBS, who do things for money.
Near my home,
which is obviously like the entire point of the show, is to make money. But I think for Jeff Probst himself, like I think him personally, like he doesn't give a shit that much. It's like obviously he wants to make money from it personally, but like I don't think he cares like personally exactly how much money the show makes.
Sorry, I'm sure.
But obviously like CBS does, and he wants the show to continue. So
aren't you a quick study?
Stantor hating on Ryan? What did Ryan do? Ryan from this season? Wait, why are they hating him? Oh, okay. Didn't even know what the fuck that phrase was. Okay, did not mean to do that, but fine.
This Valhalla, is it within hell?
Oh, no. Valhalla is part of Asgard. Only
Fuck
the
Valhalla.
go there. The warriors who die in glorious
But I
combat.
can't take the word Valhalla seriously at this point because fucking Assassin's Creed.
Criminals.
Aye. And those dead of disease, mishap,
Game, please,
age.
let me go down.
It is dishonorable to grow old.
Well, never too late to go out fighting, I suppose.
How old is Ryan anyway? I assumed he was young. I guess he's probably like 25 or so, right? I guess that would probably make sense. Where am I going? I came from that way, right? Or am I just wrong?
That climb there could lead us out if we could reach it.
Yeah, I don't remember where I came from. Whatever. It's currently snowing in your town? Well, it is that time of the year almost, isn't it? I think I live in a place that doesn't snow, so I wouldn't know, but still. I've heard of the Dahmer series. I haven't watched it, nor do I have any real interest in watching it. I assume it's on Jeffrey Dahmer, or whatever, the serial killer guy, right? Rank Adam, Earl, Jeremy, Cochran, Mark Pia. I mean, what is my ranking? Is it Earl, Cochran? So for US, I think it's Earl, Cochran, Jeremy, Adam. And then adding in Mark, like Mark's probably around where Jeremy is. Probably better or worse? It's like, I think he's better for a lot of it, but he also has the inherent advantages of like I think like technically, I think Mark's winning game is better than Jeremy's. However, the issues stem from the fact that he had Sam and it like was blood versus water and that sort of stuff, which like greatly benefits him. So it's like, how do you really factor that into things? What am I doing here then? Oh, that maybe. And then Pia or Adam. I would say I'm probably lower on Pia's game now than what I used to be. Like her and Adam, I think it's kind of close. I'd probably put her below Adam, just because I feel like her end game was like a lot messier.
Will killing the Bridgekeeper help the dead leave Midgard?
I don't expect it will, though I don't suppose it will make things any worse either. It'll be one less obstacle for the
I knew he was like really fucked, but yeah, I probably won't watch the show. Who plays him? Like, who's the star of the show? Is it someone notable? Let's see. Oh, Evan Peters. I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, Quicksilver, yeah. Yeah, I could see him playing a creepy guy.
The Bridge of the Damned. And there's the Keeper, making sure the dead are really dead.
What is that he holds?
That totem contains a powerful source of magical energy, the very power of Helheim itself. What you want is his heart. Just take it and we can leave.
How?
What was that? Wow, that looked fucked. It's like Kratos, it's like they paused like Kratos mid-animation. That looks weird. Crazy they don't cut the camera in this game. I mean, yeah, that's like one of the most impressive like technical feats of the game. I mean, there are points where like they have like the white light like surround the entire screen to make it like not like they're technically like loading in and loading out things during that, but like when you enter the portal thing and all that stuff, it's like
Okay, brother.
it's like they technically are like essentially doing a camera change, but like they're not. But yeah. Ah, fuck. Too early. Oh, fuck off. Come on. The Challenge YouTube channel got copyrighted for... Wait, they got copyrighted for their own video? Like, how does that happen? Okay, well, I actually died there. Have you seen Casey not dominating another season? I mean... Again, like, do you want me to spoil you on something Casey related? Fuck off. Cool, come on. I'm getting fucked up because I keep on thinking X is dodge, which X is technically dodge, but I changed the controls because like I don't like having circle as the interact button when it comes to the parkour system and everything. So I changed it, but it does throw me off when dodging and stuff. Yeah, I know Derek and Claire are doing videos about Amazing Race. I haven't watched any of them though, because like to be honest, I don't care. Oh, fuck off, really? Wow, I almost died there. I was literally like a second away from dying there. Okay. There we go. Scale to 1 to 10, how tired am I? Not tired at all, really. Yeah, my sleep schedule is so fucked. Like, I was trying, like, because, like, I got to the point, like, before my vacation, it kind of got, like, a bit fucked to where, like, I wasn't going to sleep, like, on average till, like, 3 to 4 o'clock. And, like, I was gonna fix it during my vacation, but, like, I ended up, like, fucking it up even more to where, like, now I don't go to sleep until, like, 4 to 5 o'clock. And, like, I haven't been able to fix it since then, so, yeah. I'm not tired at all. I don't know. What should I do with the stream? Should I actually bother doing the full stream then? It seems like things are back to normal, but... I forgot about this section for some reason. That you actually have to do these, like... Like, I just thought it was like a cutscene that he does this. Chance of Boston Rob making it to Final Tribal Council if he wins Edge of Extinction. Very high. I think most people are very high to make it to the end. Because again, Natalie literally won out. She played 2 idols in a row and then won Final Immunity. And like for Boston Rob, it's like if he gets the Final 4, lock him in. Like Final 4, like no one's fucking beating Boston Rob in fire making. Like, Boston Rob's probably the best fire maker there is in Survivor US. Like, you see him in IOI, like, he makes a fire in just, like, an instant.
I have the heart.
So it's like, get him, like, he gets the Final 4, like, lock him in. He had an idol coming into it, so he was guaranteed safe at 6. He just needs to get through Final 5 round.
Kratos.
To which he would have immunity and also could potentially, potentially find the idol. So it's like you'd have 2 opportunities there.
What is that place?
I do feel like though if he doesn't, then he's fucked though, right? Where like Natalie would have had like potential inroads.
How is he here? That is not possible.
It's just an illusion.
And like, to fair, she technically gets those inroads because of the Ben, quote unquote, quit.
You should focus on getting back to your son.
But like, I don't think that happens if Boss Rob's there. I think if Boss Rob's there, they just vote him out of 5 if he doesn't have any sort of immunity. Because like, I don't think Michelle's siding with Boss Rob in that position. Where like Boss Rob's just like such a blatant jury threat if he gets to the end.
Why?
Mind you, I don't know if he. I think the interesting question is, does he beat Tony if he gets to the end? I think that's an interesting question. Like, I think Boss Rob would beat almost everyone else.
You don't suppose he nicked us, do you?
Like, again, maybe Sarah is like a debate, but like, I think if he gets to the end against like Ben and Michelle, I think more than likely Boss Rob wins. So, like, even though there is this like anti Edge of Extinction sentiment, I do think still there's also the sentiment of wanting to like essentially wanting to declare this like best player of all time with Winners at War, and I feel like Buster Rob is like a person that they would have been willing to do that to. So I feel like if anyone from Edge of Extinction was going to win on that season, it's Buster
Some
Rob.
sort of accident in his brain.
But even then, like again, still not a guarantee. Will Cameron return to challenge? Yes. Don't know when, but I think eventually. Probably by 40, maybe? I'm hoping 40 ends up being like a really big, like, legend sort of season. That'd be cool. And I feel like that seems like the right time to have her back. To where, like, obviously she just had a kid and everything, so it's like, probably like, obviously 38 was too late, and then I assume 39 will probably still be a bit early, but I think 40 will be a good time. Oh, didn't even realize that was an enemy in front of me, god damn it. Was it Elizabeth essentially got screwed out of a vote because of Force Fire making challenge against Rob? What if she said, I want to go against Sandra? Was that an option? I don't think that was an option, was it? Because I think the entire Precipice was doing it against Rob, wasn't it?
Sorry, brother. I'm still stuck in my
I don't even know. Do I recognize any name in the movie? Let's see.
We should focus on getting out of hell.
I feel like I do remember this movie. Isn't this the one that it was like produced by Scorsese, right? Or maybe not. Okay, maybe it's not the movie I'm thinking of. Yeah, who's supposed to be the person? Like, I mean, I know who Ray Liotta is, but I'm assuming that's not who we're talking about. Oh, okay. Kevin Wu. Yeah, good for him that he got a movie. He's only 32. I assumed he'd be older. When was this season? 2010? 12 years ago? So he was 20? I guess that kind of makes sense. I remember, like, really liking, like, it was him and his father, right? I remember really liking them back in the day, and I remember, like, on the rewatch, I was like, they're not that bad, they're not that good. Like, not that even, like, they're not even that entertaining. Fuck. Do parents survivor flow from Progressive or Jake from State Farm? Probably Jake from State Farm, right? He seems like a pretty chill guy. It's like, I think Flo would like kind of annoy the shit out of you, right? Kev Jumbo is what he should have been called in the Amazing Race. I think we're good. I don't think we missed out much by that. Him not going by his YouTube name. What's he even do? Like, what's he even do on YouTube? Like, I'm saying I knew he was a YouTuber, but like, I've never even seen a single fucking video of his. Like, what does he do? Like, is it just like a vlog style thing, or what? To be fair, I don't know what most like big YouTubers do. Like, I never watched any like big YouTuber. So like, again, like there's people that like I know the names of that are like big YouTubers, but like I couldn't tell you what the fuck they even do on YouTube.
You made it. Better get home to your boy already.
It's comedian. What does he do, like sketches and stuff then? Or what?
We shouldn't delay, brother. It's straight back to Midgard with that heart.
I was just checking my email real quick. I just got an invitation to buy a PS5. Should I buy another one? Yeah, tomorrow at... What is that? 14? So was that 2 o'clock? I have an invitation to buy a PS5. Should I get another one just in case?
Your father was Zeus? I finally understand. I'm dangling from the
Yeah, why
hip of
do
a
I like?
bloody ghost of
It's so fucking weird how like I waited like forever to get the first. Like I got that first invitation, and idiotically didn't get it, and then I waited like months for another one, and then now that I already have, and then I got one through that, but then like since then I've gotten invitations like every other like month or so. It's like, why do they keep on sending me invitations when I already fucking bought a PS5 from you? It's like, wouldn't you think that they would like keep on record that, hey, like he already bought a PS5, he doesn't need another fucking invitation to buy another PS5? But he has a Twitch account. And what's he do on Twitch?
Can't begin to help it because you haven't even told him. It's all connected, man.
You will tell him nothing.
I assume this isn't
Very well.
on. Oh, I think he changed it to Kev Jumba. Oh, he hasn't Twitched. He hasn't streamed in a while. Yeah, his last thing on here is like 10 months ago. 32,000 followers now. He's a partner. It's not even that hard to get. Like, there's like people with only like a couple thousand followers that are partners. What do you think is the partner win? Amazing 34 again. Like as of right now, I would say Emily and Molly.
Hey, so you know that shortcut between realms?
So again, like I assumed they would be shit. Like I really did not think they would be. Good. Like I thought they would be like one of the first few boots, but they seem to actually be like pretty good. So yeah.
Now you can use it to travel to and from.
Convenient that we can do that now.
Then we can take it to Freya.
There's an idea, brother.
Might be some kinks to sort out, but you'll make it.
Who was my winner pick? It was DX and Claire, but most of these I just didn't give a shit, and I just picked the team that I knew. Actually, it is funny. Also, we didn't talk about that. So my winner pick was for Survivor. I mean, it was Ellie, which again I regretted. But I love how like my secondary pick was Lindsay, which that didn't turn out. So I guess it's kind of good. Like I picked the better one, I guess. But yeah, I mean they're both not winning though, are they? Were you the only one who didn't know the mole already came out? And we talked about it. When did I talk about it? I think Sunday.
Well, this is
5 episodes. I watched them all on fucking Friday.
We must hurry.
But yeah, the episodes come out every Friday. It's only 2 more weeks though. I believe this week is going to be 3 episodes, and then the final week is going to be 2 episodes. I think is how it works, which is really weird that they did it that way. But by second pick, I don't mean the person who was second in my video. I mean like I changed. Like I said that like in the video, my pick was Ellie. However, before the finale, like or before the premiere, I mean, I literally said that if I were to do it again, my pick would be Lindsay. So like even by the time the season started, I wasn't feeling good about Ellie anymore.
Back of your hand.
Yeah, I finished Old Drama Island. Yeah, that's gonna be a video, I guess. I have no connection to the show, so it's like I don't know.
It is not so simple.
It's like it's a kid show.
Let me prop him up.
It's like has dumb kid humor in it. like it doesn't really like I have no nostalgia for it. So because that doesn't really connect to me. The only reason like I would ever watch it is because of the connections it has to Survivor.
Forever since I last saw him.
So I don't know how the video is going to be.
At his
We'll see.
birth, the runes
I'm not going to write it for a
protected
bit
his
because I have other videos to write first. But
Babe in my arms was so
again, I took notes during it. Not that many. I only have like, in comparison to other shows, I should
You
say,
right then,
like I only have like 3,000
anything
words and
to
notes. I think.
no matter the
Let's
sacrifice.
see. Which, in comparison, 3,500 actually. Okay, that's more than I thought.
Of course,
But in comparison to like,
for myself,
like Survivor to
my
the
needs,
Amazon, I have like 9,000
my
words, and
fears.
BB Can, I have like BB Can 1, I have like 13,000, I think.
I couldn't see
How much do I have for BB Can? Yeah, 13,005 words.
Don't make the same
Favorite character? I don't really have one, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't care about this show that much. Like I don't really have like solid opinions on anything because it's like it's all like it's all a kid show. It's like I don't know. It's like I don't really like take the show seriously.
It is a curse. The boy has been cursed.
Like they're all like characters that are like played up stereotypes of things. Like it's like I don't know. It's like there's no like true character to anything. Like they all just feel like things that are there to make jokes about the characters that they're being stereotypes of.
Is he well enough to travel?
For now.
It won't happen again. I promise.
You see.
Like that's the thing with the total drama. Is like all of it like just feels like it's just like a very like surface level parody of like Survivor. It's like I don't know. It's tough for me to take seriously. I don't like I can't like seriously like critique the show. I guess I don't know. Which is why I think I'm going to struggle with like actually making a video about it. But again, we'll see how it goes when I try to write it.
Thanks.
Your father did the heavy lifting. You should stay, recover.
You have done enough.
You know my door is always open to you.
He's like, it's essentially like as if like, gets a ton of videos. I don't expect it to get that many views.
You figured that out.
Like I think it'll get more views than my like standard like
And I know that's
non-reality TV based video, but I don't think it'll like
You are wise
do
for
that
reason,
well. Like I again, like I think if it hits 1,000, I think that'll be like good
but it is only a few.
for it.
The thing that happened to you in Alphon. You can't leave Midgard, can you?
A gift from my former husband.
But like I think like Forever Red like I think that got like 650 views. I think it'll probably do better than that,
Reason enough for him.
but I don't know how much
But as with all his
more
rash
than that
decisions,
though.
He's driven by fear. The Vanir were the greatest threat to the Aesir until our marriage brokered peace. Many of the Vanir
Do you have to
think
listen to
I
this?
betrayed them. The fruits of
I
my
guess
sacrifice.
important to.
To be hated.
I guess you could literally skip it. Oh, that's actually kind of funny. You could literally skip her telling her life story.
Now then, before Modi so rudely
Was Jenny or
interrupted us,
Omer the
we
peak
were
of
just about
42?
to explore Tyr's vault.
Yes.
I mean, like,
Find the Black Room.
probably.
Boy, do you know the way from here?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know actually.
Sure you do,
It
lad.
because I think they're kind of like peaks for like different reasons. Like I think Omer is like the like actual like climax of the season. I think that's the point where like Marianne becomes like the very clear front runner to win the game. While Jenny is like probably like the most like explosive moment of the season. I mean, I would say like Gwen is probably one of the more developed characters there. Like Gwen and like Heather is obviously like very like cartoonish, but it's like probably one of the more like integral characters to the show. I will say also, like, I've not watched the Gwen winning version, but I feel like the Owen winning scenario is so much better. Like, I can't imagine, like, that, like, the Gwen winning version is actually, like, actually makes sense within what the show is supposed to be. Like, because I think, like, the fact that the show is supposed to be this parody of Survivor and everything, I think it makes so much more sense for Owen to win than it does for Gwen.
Why do you say?
So, like, I feel like Gwen winning is, like, too serious of an outcome.
You said I was cursed.
So I feel like Owen winning, like, makes a lot more
I
sense.
think I'm weak because I'm not like you. I know I was never what you wanted. But after all this, I thought maybe things were different.
Oh. But yeah, I don't know. Should I end stream? I don't know. I said I was going to, but considering, like,
But at least
everything's,
I know
like,
the
back
truth
to
now.
being normal,
Truth.
I might continue on, but also, like, I kind of got to the point in the game that I wanted to get to anyway. I don't know. I feel like Omer's the peak thematically, but entertainment-wise is Jenny. Yeah, that's kind of the way I would say it, too. Like, I think episode 3 is probably, or is that episode 3 or 4? What episode is that? Anyway, like, the episode where Jenny goes home, I think that's probably the best, like, individual episode of the season. But yeah, like, in terms of, like, what the season is and the story of the season, then the Omer boot is, like, the peak there.
Have you nothing to say?
Can I turn into an animal?
Can you turn into an animal? No.
He doesn't win by going to the brownies instead. Yeah. I guess that, like, that'd be fun. I mean, that's probably, like, a decent outcome, considering it's, like, kind of just continuing to show, like, how doofusy Owen is.
She was mortal, but she knew my true nature.
I'm a god.
Yeah, 42, again, like, 42, I'm like, very conflicted on the season still. What, like, you have the Jenny boot, which is great. You, like, you have a solid, like, solid first episode. Not good, like, great first episode, but, like, it's fine. Like, episode 2 is boring.
That is the curse.
Episodes 4 and 5 are, like, fine. Merge episodes, like a very, like, middle-of-the-road one. Like, the merge tribal, I think the vote off and everything is, like, not that great. But, like, the actual episode as a whole is, like, solid because, like, you spend so much time, like, understanding the dynamics.
Do not know the reach of godhood.
And then, yeah, then, like, early post-merge, pretty boring. Chanel boot. You got the split tribal, which is, like, again, like, an impactful moment with the, like, Drea and Marianne of it all, but it's, like, still, I mean, not the most riveting, like, television. And the high boot was so predictable. Then I think you, like, Drea and Omar boots were both pretty good.
You've never heard any?
But yeah, again, like, there's definitely lulls across the season. I find Owen to be a likable character. I mean, that's why I'm saying when I say that it feels like Owen is just a character more than a character. Or, like, I can't assess Owen as a character because, like, he just feels like a joke. Like, his entire presence is that he is this joke of a figure on the show. It's like he is solely there to be a joke. Like, he is not really a character. There's not really, like, a defining, like, actual character there. It's just that he just feels like a thing that's there to set up jokes that they make across the season.
I wonder who else knew I was a god. Freya for sure. Brock and Sindri?
And again, that's the way that, like, most, like, characters that are on the show are. Where it just feels like they're, like, put there just to play up, like, again, they're, like, this caricature of, like, certain archetypes that are on reality TV and are set up there to be, like, jokes for the show without having any actual substance to the character. Like, Justin is one of the, like, that's his name, right? The Hampson guy.
What do you really feel like doing?
Like, he's in a kind of a similar vein.
Let's try this again.
Like, I think Gwen is, like, probably one of the better ones. Where there's probably, like, a bit more substance there. Probably Duncan also.
Read it.
Death itself I swallow, to spring forth life tomorrow.
Oh, I like that one. I wonder if I wrote it.
Is that the answer there?
It says Earth.
Swallows death, brings forth life.
Go.
Yeah.
It's weird because the 42 cast is kind of good. The game is just so
Wish I'd
stagnant.
known I was a god
Yeah.
Alphon. I
Again,
wouldn't have felt so
the
bad
42
about
cast is
myself
really
yet.
strong. Like, I mean, like there's still like some people I don't like find the most like riveting TV. I mean, you got like Swathy, you got Mariah.
I get it now. We
Um,
had God things to do, and they were in the way. Dragging
I
us
see for most other people are like fine.
Again, are
Like
we
Rocksroy's like
leaving that there?
different
just knowing
because that's the kind of like decent TV, I guess.
Maybe you feel a little
Um,
too good right now. With power comes a big choice, lad. You can either serve yourself or put your godhood in the service of others, like Tyr did.
people really loved him, huh?
Aye.
And like Lindsay was boring for a lot of the season, but like I guess like comes out like towards the end.
Had a reputation for being
But-
heroic and lawful.
And like Lydia was
Using
like
his
pretty
power
purple
and
for a lot of
knowledge
it,
to stop
even though she has
wars
like
rather
decent
than
content
start
when
them.
she's there.
So there are good gods.
Once in a moon, it's been known to happen, yes?
There's a puzzle here, right? This is where you get into the quicksand and everything. Or is that later?
This one mentions places I've never heard of. Seems Tyr really liked to travel.
Tyr believed the mind, not might.
What mission are we at? Are we still in? Oh, we're in the Black Rune now.
Was key to preventing war and chaos.
It is so
And
weird how
also
like this entire game
culture
is like
keeping perspective, staying
it's
in
like
one
such a
place.
streamlined story that just like has you like taking like detour after detour. Where like the entire story is literally you just like going to the top of the highest peak to spread Atreus' mom's ashes. Yet you just like get like blocked along the way like a billion fucking times. How do I feel about having more than one individual immunity winner? It depends on when, but like for most part I'm fine with it. Like obviously if you're having it at like the final 5 or something, that's fucking stupid. But I would say like any time before final
Tyr
8,
was helping the giants?
it's fine.
He felt responsible for the
Though obviously like with the more and more advantages and
I suspect
like
he had something to
wonky circumstances like shot in the dark and stuff, that definitely affects that. But like as long as like we don't get to the point where like again someone's going out by default, then I think it's still fine.
Where is this black?
Oh, we're in this room. Okay, yeah, I forgot about this room.
The stone! That has to be it.
What time are we at? We're at 2:13. Oh my god, that's really bright. Goddamn.
Naturally.
I'm debating over like should I just end now? I don't know.
Didn't think it would be that easy.
No.
Because, like either way, like either this stream or next stream is going to be short.
So what now?
Either way, in terms of like the amount of content we have left in the game, because like we only had like 7 hours left the game essentially at the time that I started this. So like again, like I thought like with the internet issues and everything, like this would be like a good one to make it the short stream, but considering like the internet issues seem to like have kind of like stabilized a bit.
What of these?
Thought is faster than wind.
Kind of make me think like maybe don't end stream early, but I don't know.
Suits me fine.
Kind of wonder if we'll get a great pre-merge with 3 tribes. Yeah, I mean that's just my issue with 3 tribes. I just feel like there's like so little room to maneuver, plus also just like very little, like very few like different scenarios that can even happen anyway.
You know,
So where I just don't know. Like I think you can have a great pre-merge with 3 tribes, but it's just I think you're like greatly diminishing the chance of that. So yeah, I talked about this like I think it was last night, right? I think what I'm going to do with Total Drama is that it's essentially going to be more of a.
Ones of what?
It's not going to be like my like Survivor review, where like I'm going through like the thing scene by scene. I think it's going to be more so like episode by episode, where I talk like more generally about each episode, instead of like going like as in depth of saying like like literally going like beat by beat within the story. That's the wrong way, right? Yeah, I think it'll be more of like a general thoughts on each episode sort of thing, but I still think I will run through every episode. It's just that it'll probably be like I don't know, like a minute, if that, on each episode, instead of like Survivor where I'm doing like 10 minutes on every episode. Oh, okay, cool. So I mean, like realistically, that is more similar to my like scripted TV review. Like it's kind of like, I guess like probably more similar to how I did my Go Kaiger review. Though I'm too fair, that one was also different because like I kind of skimmed through the series, where like I did talk episode by episode, but like I didn't talk about every episode. Where like this, I still intend on talking about every episode. Just again, it'll probably be in that way where. It'll be just like general thoughts on every episode and not for that long. So like I'm expecting the video itself to probably be like 25 to 30 minutes is what I would guess. But we'll see. Okay, what am I doing? Where do you get the thing from? Oh, it's there. Okay.
Move it or you may lose it, brother.
If I Total Drama Island be easy watch, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it would have been like easier if I wasn't taking notes on it. But yeah, it's still like it's easy to watch.
Well, that's unfriendly.
Like I think it's like kind of an easy show. Like if I wasn't taking notes on it and just had it like purely on in the background, that sort of thing, I could feel like it'd be like a better show for that.
That will be fine.
Oh, okay, cool. I was being an idiot. Favorite to least favorite pre-jury BB twist? And not from 19 or 24? What was in 19? Yo, a Den Temptation? I mean, like, probably my favorite is 22's, right? The safety suite. Is that what it was called? But I thought that was interesting. The, wait, which way am I going? I am going that way, right?
Look, small passages on either side. Perfect for the boy.
That was just me being dumb again. What am I supposed to do here? But yeah, I think safety suite's the best. I mean, obviously, the worst is Festy Besties, but if that can't be an answer, then I don't know. The rest of them are like almost all the same, aren't they? Like 1920 are at least the same. Where just the public votes to give a twist to someone.
Look, small passages on either side. Perfect for the boy.
So, can I cross that? No, right? Yeah. It's like, how am I supposed to get through that then? Takeover, I mean, like, Takeover's, like, better. Because at least it's not, like, public involvement. And a lot of it was like, the Gronk week was, like, really inoffensive.
Well, that's unfriendly.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm okay. I think I Actually, no, do I get it? I get it for that. I guess this one doesn't have one, does it? Is it just like a pure timing thing? Like, is it here? Oh, okay, it's just going there. There we go. But yeah, 18s wasn't terrible. That was the roadkill, right? That was when it's essentially just a competition to like have a person pick a third nominee. Like that wasn't that bad. When Jeff didn't have a takeover week, I mean, like he probably would have, or like obviously they would have done more had they continued off the twist, but. I think they realized that the season's like good enough to where we don't need to waste time on this, so they canceled all of them. But I think 100% their plan was to have more. But yeah, don't know if Jeff would have been involved. Maybe, maybe not. But I did find it funny that in the Jeff interview about International Survivor or whatever, he did say that I did watch the Challenge USA, and what a great show the Challenge production puts together. They do such a great job. It's like, sure, I guess. It's like, oh no, if Jeff is trying to take lessons from the Challenge producers.
What'd you find?
Enough distraction.
Such a yeah, that's definitely why he watched it. He was like, oh my god, I love Sarah Lucina. Or sorry, I love Lucina.
Okay.
I got to see Lucina win the challenge. Who was on like in terms of like Jeff? Like who has a connection to Jeff on there? You got Ben. He obviously loves Ben, but then Ben was barely on the show, but he does love Ben, so probably got a lot out of that. Now who else is there? Dominic. He likes Dominic, but I don't know if it's like to an extreme. Like Tyson, I never got the sense that he like loves Tyson. And dude, I don't think he likes Tyson that much. I mean, like I think he likes Tyson, obviously. Like he wouldn't be back on Survivor 4 times if he didn't. But I think in terms of like all these other like legendary figures, I don't think Tyson's like his favorite. Sorry, even coming in the blood, like I remember coming in the Blood vs. Water, he was like super low on Tyson. I think it's the complete opposite. I love the fucking finale of Challenge USA. I think the wins are anticlimactic though. I think it's like the complete opposite of what you're saying. Like, I loved how much of a train wreck the finale was, but the wins of Danny and Sarah were anticlimactic within that. Too bad that adds to the train wrecky nature of it, but I think like that's kind of the worst part of all of it is the fact that like Sarah wins by like essentially doing nothing. Like she essentially wins by default. When Jeff could control Survivor, I mean, like, he became executive producer in Gabon. But I would say, like, the point where, like, Mark Burnett was completely hands-off, probably, like, Redemption Island or so. So really, like, post-Heroes vs. Villains, I think.
Set you off.
It is not important.
Seemed important to you.
It was a rash impulse. You need not dwell on my failings.
Wow.
But it's been a while since, like, Jeff's had, like, a lot of control. Did I figure out how the final was structured? I mean, like, I believe what we knew about the final from spoilers was that we knew Ben got eliminated, or got DQ'd, I mean, got medevac. And then we knew Angelo got screwed over because of his medevac. And then we knew that Desi and Enzo... Actually, I believe Desi and Enzo we assume were purged. we didn't know that like Enzo quit, so Desi got eliminated along with that. It was like assumed that they got purged in like kind of similar to All Stars 1, to where like to where Hisela and Derek got purged early on. Like that was like the assumption, is that a similar thing happened to Desi and Enzo. And then what was the other thing? We didn't know. That's actually also a funny thing. So we knew Danny and Sarah were the winners, but we didn't know any of the other placements. And it turns out the reason why is now because there weren't any other placements. But yeah, that's kind of a funny aspect of it now, knowing that, yeah, like for a while, it was just like, we knew that, like, again, Angela got taken out before the end. We knew about... Oh, fuck off. Okay, fuck off. Really? They're not gonna let me go? Damn it. Missed it. Yeah, so we knew about everyone except for the people that, like, that made it to the end but weren't the winners. So it's funny that it's like because they didn't finish the course.
Look.
I didn't realize it's been that long. Wonder who's been directly fucked because, I mean, like, the thing is, like, at the end of the day, it's like, Jeff isn't, like, the end-all be-all and has never been on, like, casting. It's like, I mean, if we're talking about casting, I think that he's had more influence since Lynn Spillman leaving, so, since Edge of Extinction. Or really, IOI, really. Because, like, Lynn Spillman technically worked on Edge of Extinction, so that she got fired, like, midway through. So if we're talking about, like, purely from a casting perspective, then, yeah, it was, like, very recently that he's had pretty much full control. If we're talking about, like, from a twist and, like, production point of view, that's, like, yeah, since, like, around Nicaragua Redemption Island.
Look, it's the wolf giants. Skull and Hati.
He's like, Redemption Island was, like, his idea. And, like, that was, like, a big thing he, like, propped up at the time. And,
I don't know.
yeah, like, I believe Burnett pretty much, like, left after Heroes vs. Villains in terms of having, like, any true say on things. But again, like, at the end of the day, he still has to listen to CBS. So, like, even, like Game Changers was one where, like, he really did not want Ozzy on the cast. And, like, fought to not get Ozzy on. But, like, CBS was like, we need Ozzy on. So he's like, fuck, I guess. It's like, even then, it's like, he's not the end-all, be-all of it. It's still, and, like, even Winners at War. Like, we know that, like, initially, again, it wasn't supposed to be Winners at War. It wasn't until CBS, like, told him, hey, you should do all winners. They was like, okay, I guess we'll try.
Maybe Mother wanted us to have
Because, like, he just assumed that it was impossible, so
everything we've seen and done.
he didn't bother trying.
Maybe it was her gift.
Until CBS, like, essentially told him to. Who feel the most bad for in the USA finale? I mean, probably Desi, right? Like, Desi and Angela, but, like, Desi's the most, like, screwed over by, like, she gets screwed over by things that she didn't do. Like, Angela, like, is screwed over by, like, production being incompetent, but, even that, like, at least it was a choice that she made that caused her elimination. Like, Desi literally gets screwed over by, like, a random draw, and then Enzo, like, quitting the game. So, yeah, I think, like, Desi's the most screwed over, but it's, like, Angela was also extremely screwed over, too. It's just that it's like, yeah, Desi was worse.
There's the wind trap.
Yeah, Enzo, like, really just should not have been on the challenge. Like, I don't even know why he was even on. Like, obviously, like, I mean, they wanted him, like, they asked them, and, like, for him, like, again, obviously he's gonna say yes. So, like, I don't fault him for saying yes to the challenge. I think it's incompetent production to actually, like, put him on, though. It's like, I don't get how they, like, actually thought that, Enzo would be good on the challenge. But I still think Enzo's, like, a good character on Big Brother and stuff. Just, again, he's just not meant for a challenge.
Follow me.
Where am I? Okay, how do I do this again? Yeah, Mike Holloway was the alternate. Yeah, Mike definitely should have been on there over Enzo. And even then, like, Big Brother had more people, right? So, like, it wouldn't even fuck up the numbers or anything, so. Rank the brigade based on how they do on the challenge? I mean, it's probably Hayden, Lane, Enzo, Matt. Like, at the end of the day, like, Matt's, like, a really small guy. So, like, maybe he has, like, some J potential of, like, maybe doing well at, like, certain challenges, but I think at the end of the day, he's, like, kind of fucked in, like, most eliminations. Like, obviously, we saw Enzo, like, win some eliminations, even though, like, again, maybe not the most impressive wins in the world, but... Like, I feel like Matt... Like, if Matt was in Hall Brawl of David, I think Matt would be fucking demolished. Even though it's fucking David that he's going up against. Okay, where am I... What am I supposed to do here? So obviously I'm supposed to get the thing there, which I remember that part of it. Am I supposed to go through here? Or is this where I came from? I think that's where I came from, right? Oh, I think Mike would have done really well. And Mike and Ben are, like, very similar. Just Mike is even better physically. So it's like, considering Ben made it to the final, like, I feel like Mike should have easily gotten to the final. Mike has less connections than Ben coming into the season, but, like, I still think he would have been good. Like, I think he should have easily righted to the final. Now, does he win the final? I think that's a question mark, but I don't think he quits. Like, I think Mike is the person that, like, you'll have to wait for him to get fucking medevaced before he ends up quitting it. So, like, I would not be surprised if, like, he gets medevaced mid-final for, like, freezing to death. I think that's a possibility, but I don't think he ever quits the final in the way that Tyson and Dominic and them did. But again, not 100% on how he would do on the puzzles. So, like, he was fine in puzzles in Survivor, but, like, and those were, like, pretty basic puzzles. Like, I don't know how good he is at Sudoku and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right here. Like, I know conceptually what I'm supposed to do. I just don't remember how I do it. Oh, it's right there. God damn it. That's where it is. Like, I knew I was supposed to, like, transfer the last one, but I just didn't remember where the last one was. It's up here. And then you put it here, right?
Ah, clever.
Oh, fuck. I play Sudoku... I mean, I haven't played in a while, but I think I still have it downloaded on my phone. I used to play Sudoku a lot. I'm not great at Sudoku, realistically. Like, I'm fine, but I'm not, like, an expert at it. But, again, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was, like, an easy Sudoku puzzle, right? Like, it would have, like, quantified it as an easy Sudoku puzzle. The ones they did in the final. So, it's like, I think I would have been able to do that pretty easily. Again, the problem with that is, with the final, is that, like, most people there didn't know what the fuck Sudoku was. Which is, like, also a question of, like, how the fuck do you not know how to do Sudoku? If you're, like, a Tyson or Dominic and stuff. But I guess they didn't for some reason, and they wouldn't tell them, which is the dumb thing. It's like, again, like, how the fuck do you expect these people to solve the puzzle when you don't tell them the rules of the puzzle?
Pull chains on the wall.
What? There are 3 of them! What do I do?
Atreus, focus. You can do this.
Please hurry. I don't know yet if I can drown.
Okay, think. Hotie's the silver one.
I do hope Desi gets a spot in the main series, needs a redemption arc, yeah.
For Ragnarok to happen,
It'll be great.
they have to eat them.
Like, realistically, I don't expect it.
Good boy.
But...
The moon goes on the left, sun on the right. With Midgard in the middle, But which bar do I pull?
Okay, so let's do this. I don't remember how you do this. What do we need to do? We need to essentially switch these, right? Okay, so I think it's this. Wait, how do you move it? Is it this? Oh no, it's not that.
The middle. Right.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Moon on the left, sun on the right. Midgard in the middle.
Left, boy.
Wait, oh wait, moon on the... Wait, what did it say? Is it the opposite of what I'm trying to do? Fuck, what was the puzzle? Okay, wait, let's read.
Moon, Midgard, sun. Moon, Midgard, sun.
Oh, okay, I fucked up then. I was thinking it was the opposite.
Pull the right.
Yeah, I fucked up. Okay, I need to restart. God damn it. I was trying to do the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. Do I have a feeling that TJ hated the format of the final? Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know if he hated the format. I think he... I don't know how TJ thinks. Again, like, because at the end of the day, like, none of this is on TJ. Like, he's simply, he's just a figurehead that's being told to do, like, that's being told to host the show, following the directions of the producers. So I think it's, like, tough to gauge, like, how TJ actually feels about things. Okay, so what I need to do then is do this.
Left, boy.
Yeah, it was the opposite of what I did last time.
The middle.
Gotta get them in order.
Do I side with TJ on the, or Laurel on the... I mean, I don't side with Laurel. And Laurel clearly broke the rule. I mean, like, didn't follow the rules, I should say.
The middle. Right.
Like, I do think it's, like, like, again, it's terrible from a production standpoint in the sense that they, didn't, like, they essentially, like, called the challenge without recognizing that she didn't do the challenge properly, and then, like, also, like, told Ninja that, hey, she didn't do the challenge properly, and essentially, like, let her get a bit of a head start and everything. Like, that's really bad. But, like, in terms of the rulings of the challenge, like, yeah, she fucked up. By the way, also, I didn't talk about that with the Genius. I did feel like that was a bit of a wonky elimination today on the Genius Netherlands. To where, like, the thing, like, so Nizar, like he gets eliminated on Monorail, doing this strat, trying to, like, he thought he got it right because he built, like, 2 separate tracks, which, again, they said, no, you can't do that, and he gets eliminated. And, like, based on Monorail in the original show, yeah, that is against the rules. However, again, like, we don't know everything, like, we don't know if, like, that's all they were told, but, like, based on what we saw in the show on the Genius Netherlands, they didn't tell him that was against the rules. Like, technically, like, again, like, for them to, I think that's kind of incompetence on productions,
Safety.
like, from a production point of view there. To where, like, they didn't properly explain the rules there. Like, they kind of, like, neglected that one, like, pretty major point there. To where, like, he thought he was, like, he thought he figured out the trick, essentially. When, like, no, it is against the rules. But, like, they didn't tell him it was against the rules. Or, like, in the Korean version, they do tell you that's against the rules. So I did feel like that was kind of wonky. Genius Netherlands is fine. It's not the Korean show. It's not as good as that. But they're very clearly trying to mimic it. So, like, it's like fine as a series of reality television. So, I mean, like, episode 1 was, like, underwhelming for the most part. I think episode 2 definitely is an improvement.
Mixing metals from my home.
Where they're, like, taking a lot more from the original show, but at the end of the day, it still feels like a cheap, like, imitation of it. But, like, they started doing, because, like, episode 1, like, was a pretty baseline episode. It was just, like, a straightforward playing the game out as it played out. Like no big twists, no flash forwards, no anything. Episode 2 they actually started. They did flash forwards. They added like a Garnet system. They did essentially what the original show did. But like for some reason didn't do it in episode 1 outside of just the basic format. So I don't know why they decided to do that. Maybe they just thought like it'd be too hard for people to comprehend in episode 1, but I don't know. But it's fine. It's not as good as the original show, but it's still like solid.
Power of this weapon.
I think it has the most fucked elimination reality TV history. I mean, Desi's definitely up there.
By the discipline, the self-control of the
to where like you go home do like absolutely nothing that you did wrong.
You must never forget that.
Yeah, I don't know what else. What other answer there would be?
Good then.
Across like reality TV history. I mean, they've had the rights for forever, though. Like, UK, I know, has had the right. I don't remember about France, but I remember UK, like, there were rumblings, like, what was that, like 5-6 years ago, about UK buying, a UK company buying the rights to Genius, and they still haven't done anything with it. Which, to be fair, the same thing as Survivor, to where they're finally reviving Survivor now, but, like, it took forever, and I don't know if I have the faith in the Genius to actually be brought over, but, again, I would love it. Because again, I genuinely just love the Genius as a format. Like even if the show is shit, like in terms of like the production value of it all, like the basic game is still really interesting. So like even though again, like I still feel like the Genius Netherlands essentially feels like kind of like a fan show of the Genius, of the Korean Genius. But I still think that's a better show than like most other shows. Oh, I'm using the wrong weapon now. There we go. I wouldn't say Ciri's in contention, because it's not even a guarantee that she wins. And even then, she still at least had a shot. Like, it wasn't like an instant elimination.
Troll.
Yeah. I'm turned around. Which way is the sandball back up?
Like, if it was like a situation where like, oh, surprise final 3 and we have a vote off right now, then yeah, that's kind of fucked. But she at least had like some room to maneuver. Like, she wasn't like completely fucked. And also wasn't even guaranteed to win, so it's like, I think it's a bit more wonky there. Yeah, I'll talk about the Genius Netherlands in my video at the end of the year. It'll finish by then, right? Because I think there's 10 episodes, so 8 more weeks. It's gonna, yeah, that'll finish, right? When will that finish?
We're so close to the end.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So beginning of November or beginning of December. So yeah, it'll definitely be on. How many players? Only 10. The original show had 12.
The island of Lemnos, near the place of my birth.
It is weird too, because like next episode, there is also something weird I don't like about it, is that they're still like every game that they've used so far has been from the original show, yet they've changed all the names of the games for some reason, like as if like they're making their own games when it's like it's literally the same game, you just changed the name. Like they changed Food Chain into, actually I don't remember the name of what they named that one, but again they didn't name it Food Chain. Then yeah, they changed the 1, 2, 3 game into Outnumbered. And then they changed Monorail into On Track. They had Quattro in episode 1. I forgot what they named it there, but like, yeah, like next episode's Catch the Burglar, from season 1. They changed the name of that, so it's like, I don't know. I don't like that aspect of it. I have like no memory of the scene. maybe there's any realistic way for Cameron to survive as a limb. To a degree, but not. I'm realistic? No, not really. But again, like he was at least given like opportunities to not be up for elimination.
Does it have to do with the other?
To where I think like he would be like more screwed over. Like he would be in the conversation with Desi for me if it's like instant come into the house, instant vote. No one safety, no anything. You're just automatically eliminated right there from a vote. I think that's more fucked over. But like he had like what 3 chances to save himself or 2 chances.
Yes.
To where like he could have been saved by Paul, and then there was also the competition to which the bottom 3. So it's like again there were like multiple chances there. So it's like it's not really on the same level of being screwed over. Yeah, he's still screwed over, but like I think like Desi's is worse.
Ready.
Best player of Genius Netherlands. I think there's like a top tier. I don't remember the names if I'm being honest. But like there is a majority alliance episode. I think it's essentially the people in that majority alliance where they just outplayed the rest. Them and then also the one that won.
We go where we want. We do
Actually, did she win? No, she didn't win the challenge in Food Chain, but she was the lion in Food Chain, right? I think. But she's also like seems to be decent.
Nobody's getting our way this time. Come on.
Like I don't remember most of people's names because it's hard to follow. And like I feel like they rarely say anyone's names in the show too, which is like I feel like for me it's like I think that's my biggest issue with the show is I feel like it's very tough to keep track of who's who. And like I feel like they haven't done much time like characterizing the people. So like I remember like the first time I ever watched the Genius like season 1. I remember like I did have a tough time with like especially like between Sung Yu and Chang Yop. I remember those two I got confused over. And like there were people I got confused over, but like I feel like this is even worse to where like I legitimately don't even like because at least there it's like I knew who they were, it's just like I got confused on who was who. Here I don't even know who the fuck half these people are. So yeah. That's a big thing. The Genius guy got sued, right? Over plagiarizing liar game. Which I mean like kind of true, but also kind of dumb. Like because obviously it's like they made a real life version of it, but also it's like the liar game ended with people dying, right? So that's Genius does have confessionals, but it's not the same. Like there's no like confessional booth. It's more so like there's just people like again the cameramen are there, and then there's points where they're just talking into the camera. But there's no like official confessionals. I actually did get I did make a confessional account. Years ago, like 5 years ago or so, during one of my rewatches of the Genius, like years ago. But there's actually a decent amount, like recent seasons. I mean, not recent. Like season 1 doesn't have that many, but then like I believe like seasons 3 and 4 like have a lot of confessionals, and a lot of that comes from death matches. Like a lot of the death matches focus around confessionals because they're usually like trying to show you like what these people were thinking in the middle of the death match. Well, like the main match, usually it's not as confessional based because it's like usually just showing you the event, and like usually it's like the people are like surrounded by others, so like they're spending a lot of time like talking to other people. But again, there are still like, especially in like flashbacks, there's a lot of confessionals because they're kind of showing like what people were doing, what they were thinking. But what is this thing? Oh, biggest reality TV scandals. I don't know what a lot of these are. I mean, I do know, like I know of Teresa and whatever. Mama June, yeah. I don't know who this person, the third one is. I kind of remember that one. The Situation had tax fraud. That's a travesty. Okay, these are all like really like, I mean, these are like actual reality TV, I guess. Wait, BB20 is on here? Why is BB20 on here? Of all the fucking Big Brother stuff, why is it BB20? Like, not BB19? 15, 19, 21, but like BB20 is on here. Again, Fair Play's lie, that makes sense. But I love how like it's in the same conversation as Josh Duger confesses to molesting multiple women. It's like, how is this on the same level? Yeah, this is kind of dumb. Oh, and the Varner one's on there, so that makes sense. But yeah, it is funny though that BB20 is on there instead of like all the other fucked up shit on Big Brother. So yeah, where Return to the Summit? I think I got too far. This is like way further than I wanted to get because like at this point I think I only have like not even 3 hours left of the game. Actually, let's see. What do I? That's probably not accurate actually. It's like 3.5 ish. So I think we'll probably end here. It's almost 3 o'clock anyway. So I mean, this is essentially a normally sized stream at this point anyway. So yeah, I think we'll end the gameplay here. That is the one, right? Yeah. So yeah. We'll be back on Sunday. Well, I was gonna play some of the Quarry. I don't know if I want to at this point, considering it's already 3 o'clock. But yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Finish this, and what do we even like? Is there anything going on between now and Sunday? I mean, The Mole. We got 3 episodes of The Mole on Friday. I'll probably start my BB4 rewatch by then. Maybe. I mean, depends on like how far into editing videos I get. By the way, I didn't even talk about that. I did edit the pre-merge versus post-merge video today, which thankfully ended up being like relatively short. I started the process of editing my final immunity challenge video, but that's probably going to be a bit longer. And what else? Oh, what? The Lashonda or whatever? Is that what this is going to mention? It's literally just a post about fucking total drama. It's so again, it's so stupid. A lot of shit that happens in that show. Well, obviously that's the point, though. Like, it's supposed to be stupid, but yeah, again, that's what I find fun. Like, I find it fun when people actually take total drama serious and like try to actually analyze it. Because like I don't even think it's like really like, it's not worth analyzing. Like, it's essentially like as if you're like analyzing a fan fiction or whatever. I don't know. It just feels weird to me. Oh yeah, I know about that stuff. Like, I know about that stuff in BB20. It's just that it's like it feels like such a minor. Like, it's bad, obviously, but like in comparison to like BB15, 19, 21, it's like I feel like all of those are much worse than what happened on BB20. Then when was this article made? Was this around BB20? Because if this was like the most recent thing, then like yeah, it makes sense why it's there. But even then, like, I still feel like 15 has to be on there. It's like the fact that 15 isn't on there is just really weird. Susan, I mean, like, it has to be the Lashonda elimination. I mean, that's just fucking ridiculous. Like, I love like the entire like I forgot about this actually because like I was when I was rewatching, I remember that they did this episode with. That was essentially like a Ponderosa episode, but I forgot that ended with the elimination, like the Lashonda elimination. It's like for me that like came out of left field because like I remember she got like screwed over, but I forgot like how she got screwed over. But like the way that happens is just so fucking stupid. That's literally like just everyone just saying Lashonda's name and then they count those as votes. It's so fucking dumb. Like it's so ridiculous, but whatever. Again, that's the point. But also, if we're talking about like practicality, though, was she really that screwed over? Because like at the end of the day, it's not even like she's guaranteed to win if she makes it through that. Because like at the end of the day, it's also like the entire game isn't even down to a jury vote. It's down to a race. So it's like, I mean, she's not even like guaranteed to win anyway. So it's like, I mean, she was screwed over in terms of like she shouldn't have been eliminated there. But again, it's like I don't know how screwed over she was in terms of like she was gonna win if it wasn't for that. Yeah, I didn't know. Like that was one of the episodes that I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Actually, let's look at my before I end. I want to look at my notes because I know there's a few episodes that I have like very little notes just because I was like, what the fuck is this episode? I think that was one of them. Let's see. What episode? So that's episode 23? Is that right? So yeah, 23, 24, I both have like very little notes for. 19, oh, the horror movie episode, that one I have very little notes for. 20, I have very little notes for. Episode 7, what was episode 7? Oh, the fucking Fears episode. There's so much stupid shit in this show. But again, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how the retrospective goes. What is this? Oh yeah, we talked about this before. Who's at 23? Is it Andy? Because I remember Andy was like really, really low. Yeah, it is Andy. Yeah. Again, like it's mostly like it's essentially a popularity ranking, not really a gameplay based ranking. I did also find it funny. I actually completely forgot. Like when watching the challenge documentary, that like I remember that. Like, you remember the article of like top challengers of all time, and then it was like a super ridiculous list with like Dunbar on there over like a whole bunch of other like really good people. I forgot that the person that wrote the article is one of the people in the documentary. I found that so funny. That's like the person who makes this like really ridiculous like top players of the challenge is someone that is like prestigious enough to be an official documentary about the series. But whatever. Yeah, Jay Batters doesn't like Andy, which, I mean, yeah, take it for what you will. Yeah, all right. So I think we'll end here. I probably won't play The Quarry just because it's really late. I'll probably try to play some tomorrow, though, because yeah, I do want to finish it for sure by the time Plague Tale comes out. Ideally, even before that, but we'll see. But, yeah. See you guys on Sunday. We'll finish this and talk about whatever else is going on, but for now, thank you for watching.